Hey guys, Brandon Gomez here, back again with another video, and finally, we've reached part 4 of rating every confirmed 2022 NASCAR Cup Series paint scheme. Let's begin. To start off, we have Ty Dillon's Petty GMS Motorsports car. I don't know if this is an actual scheme that he's going to run, or if this is just a show car. I'm pretty sure it's just a show car, but I'll feature it just in case. I like the blue and the orange. The petty blue and orange. It looks really good on this car. 6 out of 10. Next up is Eric Jones's U.S. Air Force car. I like the design on this. It makes it look like it's a military vehicle. I like that touch. It looks good. 6 out of 10. Next, we have Eric Jones's Focus Factor paint scheme. I like the color scheme on this. I like the blue and I think that's lime green. I think it's lime green, and then you have the light blue separating the dark blue from the light green. I like the colors. 7 out of 10. Next, we have Greg Biffle's Grambling State University paint scheme. NY Racing has finally made its return, and they've come back with a decent paint scheme. I like the color scheme on this, although they could have done a little more with the side of the car. But other than that, it still looks decent. 6 out of 10. Next, we have Kurt Busch's Monster Energy paint scheme. If you've been a viewer of the channel long enough, you'll know how I feel about the Monster Energy scheme. It's just a black car with logos on it. No paint scheme design whatsoever. 0 out of 10. Next up, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Food for Less Slim Jim paint scheme. I like the design. They did a good job using the sponsor space, but they could have done a little more with the scheme. Like, why is the Food for Less logo, like, in the bottom half of the hood? Like, that just looks so weird. That it leaves a lot of empty space on the hood. They could have done better with this scheme. 5 out of 10. Next is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Kroger Sweet Leaf paint scheme. I know how much flack JTG Doherty gets for their paint schemes, but honestly, this one looks pretty good. I like the design on this. 6 out of 10. Next, we have Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s Kroger Irish Spring paint scheme. I don't like the color scheme on this. I just don't. Dark green with the blue it just doesn't look good. No. 4 out of 10. Next, we have Alex Bowman's Ally paint scheme. I don't like it. I didn't like it when it was first revealed, and I don't like it now. What were they thinking when they designed this? I mean, like, it's got something going for it at the front, but at the back, it's just... Did they just give up midway through? What? This is a bad paint scheme. 0 out of 10. Next up is Cathedral's Pit Viper paint scheme. This one's colorful. I like it a lot. I like the colors on this. It looks really good. 10 out of 10. Next, we have Cody Ware's Nurtec paint scheme. Well, Nurtec paint schemes. Because he's going to run a black and a purple Nurtec paint scheme. Honestly, I think the purple looks better than the black. I like the purple one a lot better. But the black one still looks cool. So, purple, 7 out of 10. Black, 6 out of 10. Next, we have JJ Yaley's Hex.com paint scheme. I like the color gradient on this. The pink going into the red-orange, going into the yellow. I like that gradient. This is a cool looking paint scheme. 6 out of 10. Next up is Noah Gragson's Beard Oil paint scheme. Nice design. I like it. I like how in the white space between the black, it has the waving American flag. I like that design. 7 out of 10. Next up, we have Timmy Hill's Bumper.com paint scheme. Now, unfortunately, he and his teammate, JJ Yaley, missed the Daytona 500. Both MBM cars missed the Daytona 500. And both of their paint schemes were really neat looking. And, yeah, this paint scheme is neat. 6 out of 10. Next up, we have Josh Belicky's Ziegler Auto Group paint scheme. I think that's how you pronounce it. But, anyway, I like the color scheme on this. And the design. The black and yellow go really well together. You know, it kind of reminds me of the old Renault Formula One liveries from before they rebranded to Alpine. It reminds me of that. They look kind of similar to me. But, yeah. Nice looking paint scheme. 6 out of 10. Next up is Josh Belicky's Pacific Coast Termite paint scheme. I like the design on this. It's got, the tropical tree, and then, like, ocean waves. And then that font just looks really cool. 6 out of 10. Next up is Landon Castle's Voyager paint scheme. Decent looking paint scheme. I like it. Even though it's sponsored by a cryptocurrency. But that can be looked over. Anyway, decent looking paint scheme. 6 out of 10. Next, we have Landon Castle's Fox Nation paint scheme. This looks good. I like it. I like the design on this. Looks great. 7 out of 10. Next is BJ McLeod's Skyview paint scheme. I like this one too. Looks really great. I like the gray, or is that silver? Gray, silver, whatever. The black and the red and the white. They go really well together. 7 out of 10. Next is BJ McLeod's NASCAR 21 Ignition paint scheme. Say what you want about NASCAR 21 Ignition, but this paint scheme is better than the game. The game is terrible. This paint scheme is mid. 5 out of 10. Next is Daniel Suarez's ComScope paint scheme. I like it. I like this scheme. It looks good. 6 out of 10. Next is Daniel Suarez's Freeway Insurance paint scheme. I like this one too. It looks really good. I like the color scheme on this. 7 out of 10. And for our final paint scheme, we have Daniel Suarez's Tootsie's paint scheme. I didn't like it when it was first revealed, but honestly, it's grown on me. I like how they use the sponsor space. Barely any empty space on this car. they use the sponsor space well. And I like the shade of pink that they chose for this scheme. It looks great. 7 out of 10. And that finally concludes rating every confirmed 2022 NASCAR Cup Series paint scheme. What do you think? Do you think some of these should have been given a higher rating? Do you think some should have been given a lower rating? How would you rate these paint schemes? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see more of me, be sure to follow me on Instagram and join my Discord server. Links to both are in the description down below. Leave a like on the video, and subscribe to my channel for more motorsports content. Thank you all so much for watching. That's it from me. Peace.